Welcome to my channel. Today I have a delicious recipe for you, Easy Banana Bourbon Nut Bread. It's the perfect blend of flavors and is incredibly simple to make. I'll show you the tricks to make it great and share my experience of what pitfalls to stay away from. So let's get started. First, in a large mixing bowl, add 3 ripe bananas. Make sure they're nice and soft for that extra sweetness. Mash them until there's no chunks left. Now it's time to prepare the sidekick to this show. Briefly simmer 6 tablespoons of your favorite bourbon. Can you tell I'm not concerned about the overpouring? After a brief simmer, chill it in the fridge, or as you see, I created an ice bath to chill it quickly. Either way, just cool it back down to add to the other raw ingredients in a minute. Next, mix in the dry ingredients. I'm a fan of the quality of King Arthur flowers. Here I'll use 1 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of sea salt, half teaspoon of baking soda. Mix it up to distribute the dry ingredients evenly. In another bowl, add half a cup of unsalted butter and 2/3 cup sugar. Mix it well. You can use a KitchenAid mixer if you have one, but simple recipes like this I prefer to work with my hands. It makes for less tools and equipment to pull out, clean, and put away. All you're doing here is mixing sugar into the butter. This recipe takes 2 eggs. Add 1 at a time and mix each in. Once the mix gets looser, I will use a whisk to evenly mix the ingredients better. There goes the second egg. Mix now with the whisk. Don't be bothered by the odd-looking texture. This is from the cold butter and it will all come together in the end. Fold in the mashed bananas. Add the chilled bourbon. 1 tablespoon of vanilla and the flour from earlier. Add a little at a time to make mixing easier. I have split it into 3 for this size batch. Be careful not to overmix. Working the flour with liquid forms the bonds of gluten. This bourbon nut banana bread is a moist, tender bread that pulls apart easily. If you overmix it, the final bread will be more like the consistency of a baguette. Be gentle when mixing. As it pulls from the sides of the bowl with no dry flour left, we are ready to add the nuts. I'm crushing half a cup of walnuts here. Most nuts will work well in this bread. Pick your favorite and fold it in gently. Greasing a 9x5 inch by 2 inch pan is easy. Rub a stick of butter in the pan and then use your fingertips to get all the corners. Don't worry about too much butter. It will keep your bread from sticking and is delicious. Dump in the batter. I use the rubber spatula to push it into the corners. Then I dip that spatula in a bowl of ice water to spread the top. The cold water keeps it from sticking to the batter, which would make more of a mess than necessary. I forgot to tell you earlier to preheat the oven to 350 degrees. Put it in and let it work its magic for 1 hour. You see it rise up to create a beautiful dome. But while it's cooking, we have more to do. Let's make a simple bourbon frosting. In this bowl, I add half a cup of powdered sugar and a tablespoon of bourbon. Mix it and set it aside. If you're worried about the alcohol, you can also simmer this bourbon first to remove the alcohol. Preparing for the bourbon nut banana bread, I put down some parchment in a cooling rack. I pulled the loaf out and let it cool. Test it with a dry toothpick, which should come out clean. If done, I set the timer for 5 minutes. When 5 minutes have passed, remove it from the pan to cool further. I use a knife to gently check to make sure nothing is sticking. The bread is happy. Roll it out. You might have been looking at that bourbon glaze hanging out of the background. Let's use it now. Scrape it all to the edge, and as soon as it rolls out of the bowl, slowly run a zigzag stream over the loaf. This adds a more refined look to your bourbon nut banana bread, adds flavor, and is fun to add. Now you see why I added the parchment, to catch the drippings. This bread will drive your family nuts. I'm cutting a few slices for us and to try it myself, but havoc breaks out. You see, this bourbon nut banana bread was easy to make. It had a wonderful banana flavor. The sugar and vanilla bring some game to the table. The bourbon is the sidekick that steals the show. It just adds an extra layer of depth to all the flavors. Fresh walnuts add flavor, but also texture with a sweet masterpiece. What should you do with it after you have a slice? Here's the way to really enjoy a slice. Spread some butter over it. Be generous and spread it coast to coast. Finally, now my bite. And there you have it. A delicious, easy banana bourbon nut bread that's perfect for breakfast, snack time, or anytime you're craving something sweet. Thanks for watching my video. If you enjoyed this recipe, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more tasty treats. Happy baking!